Anyway, this is Legal Systems. Here's some of the names. You better check into John Coaching. Now, Jared and Heidi Pizarski. Heidi, I think she showed me her driver's license. She's really from Davis or Sulphur. Heidi's really from Davis or Sulphur. I don't think that's even her real name. I have no idea. No idea what her name. If I saw her face, I know her face. I don't really want to see her face, but I think I saw her in Davis about 2 weeks ago when I came through. There goes her. Uh, Will, you need to get him. And there's Raphael. We had him working there too. Roseanne, she's off in Canada. You can't escape it. But see, Qualcomm bought Leda Systems and the Terra something. What character? That's something on your computer. Uh, it's Anyway. They made the optical switch that Yada Networks was trying to make. Their company actually did it. I can't remember the name because it started with a T. Stop and restart. I got her on here twice. I think it was supposed to be Mark Whitney on here, and somehow I got her on here twice. Charlie Stewart, someone said his picture wouldn't be shown. He wouldn't be a bad guy. Charlie Stewart knew what was going on. I was working for him. It's called Crane. It was called Signal Technology of Crane Corporation. Greg McGee, that's where I met Greg McGee. There's Charlie Stew. Linda King was there. Garrett, I don't know who he is. I was told he got bit by a copperhead on his finger, and they had to cut the skin and wrap it around the other finger so the skin would grow back together. James Sword told me that. Jim Sword. Got a story about Jim Sword. We used to fish out here at Mountain Lake all the time. And like Charles, he would go fishing with just so he could see a miracle. And one time we saw a big little swamp rat. He goes, "It's a miracle." No, I think that was God telling me I was with the swamp rat. It's Charles Ray. But anyway, I'm gonna stop and restart and tell you about Jim Sword because this is the coolest thing you ever heard. I'm gonna stop and restart. Now back in and this is about Jim Sword. We were going out here. I made a little vow to myself. I was going to fish. I was going to catch 100 bass before the end of the year. And for that, I was going fishing every weekend. I wasn't. I started in February and late February. It was cold. It was late February, early March, something like that. And it was me and Jim Sword going out, but I was going out every weekend. I was catching fish every weekend. And me and Jim Sword, we were out there at Mountain Lake, and I was counting fish because that's how I kept track. I said, "There's one, there's two, there's three," and I was up to like 10, 11, something like that. Jim had caught like one or two, and he's getting mad. He said, "Man, I'm screwed. Go home now." It was noon. I was like, and I was like, "Oh man, I offended him," so I felt bad. And I apologized to him. I said, "Yeah," I told him the story. I want to catch 100 bass. So I'm counting them as I go. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean really upset, but I kind of was trying to upset him. I was making fun of him. It was time to restart. So anyway, I felt bad after I didn't want to go home. And he was, "That's all right. I'll stay. I'll stay. We'll just go up here and we'll go fishing." He accepted my apology. Yeah, I told him I wasn't going to do that anymore, and I wasn't going to count like that anymore. Looked over at Gawad, and I looked over at the bank. I said, I've never fished that bank before. It was the dam of Mountain Lake. So you have two, we were coming in from this side and from this side, and the trees are on that side. So when you go in, we were on the west side coming in. And the dam's here, and you have to go to the other side to get on the boat. And I looked at that bank on that side, and I said, "I've never fished that bank before. Never. Not from a boat," I think is what I said. Jim said, "We ought to try it." Come on, where's the time? Almost got it. Anyway, so James said, "You ought to try it." I said, "Really?" Yeah, I think I will try it. I think I will. So I got my lure out, and it was a little red lure with gold on it. And I was told people fish in that lake with goldfish. So that's the kind of lure I was using. Really, I was using a frog bait that caught most of the fish. That lure that I was using was a red lure with had gold on it because people said they use goldfish for that lake. And so I started using it. I was catching fish with that lure. It was a good lure for it. It was like a rattle trap, but it didn't rattle. It was like a cotton cord now, no rattler. Anyway, I cast it. I said, "Watch me catch it." I said, "Watch me catch a smallmouth bass on this cast." And I cast out there. Why I said, I don't know. I just said it. I said, "Watch me catch a smallmouth bass on this cast." I reach back, throw it out there, and start reeling in. I don't catch anything. I'm gonna stop and restart because that's 50 seconds. Okay. Anyway, I'm reeling it in. I didn't catch anything because it's right up by the bank. And I said, "Well, I guess I'm not gonna catch anything. Maybe I'll reel slower because smallmouth bass like a deeper water." I was just talking as I was going. So maybe I'll catch one right here. Maybe I'll catch one out here. I was realizing I caught fish. I pulled in. I put it up on the boat. Pick it up and I put it on the boat and I lay it down. on the little seat that was there because we were in, I can't remember what kind of boat. I laid it down on the seat, and, and he's like and Jim goes, "What kind of fish is that?" I said, "You gotta be kidding me, that's a smallmouth bass." And it was a smallmouth bass. I know what a smallmouth bass looks like. It wasn't Guadalupe, no, and I would show you a picture, but you can look it up yourself, but, I'm not gonna look it up for you. You know, a smallmouth does not look like a largemouth. Now, I'm gonna stop and restart. Uh, James Sword went and told people about this. I know because I go into work the next Monday, and Tom Shanahan comes in with a book of Field and String magazine, Field and String, and he comes in and he shows me a picture. He goes, "Brett, you know the difference between a largemouth and smallmouth bass?" I said, "Yeah, I do. I do. I know exactly what the difference is because I've seen them before. I know Shannon Saxon caught one. He told me what it was, and I saw Jimmy Houston catching them. They go up north and they catch them. They look like a largemouth. Their mouth is small, but they have different colors. They have big, giant black lines on, not spotted bass, but black lines down there. Smallmouth bass are different. But what he was showing me was a book from Field and Stream, and it had pictures of largemouth bass, one stripe going down it, another one with a large stripe going down it. And he said, "Let me tell because the mouth is smaller here and his mouth is smaller here. It's something about the gills." I was like, "Well, that is a smallmouth, but that's not a smallmouth bass. Those are two largemouth bass. But one's got a small mouth, one's got a big mouth. That's not the same thing as a smallmouth bass." I know. Stop. Okay, I got it. Now, whoever gave Tom Shinham that magazine, and I don't know, he said he had cancer, but he didn't lose any hair. Uh, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. People lie to me all the time and disappear and say they're dead, and they're not, right? Sierra and Carol Banks and some now Tina Cruz did die. She did. She told me I'm not going to die on McNeil and Palmer. She died this last year. I didn't know about it. It was sometime in I think it was July 13th. July 13th. I saw her obituary. It's out of Tina Cruz. She worked at the Palmer Lane Tavern. That's how I met her. She told me, "I'm not going to die here. I'm not going to die." I was nowhere around, guys. I was here, I was right here. I just got up Forest Plaza right here. I was nowhere near it. She died in a car crash around 9, 10 o'clock at night. When God says it's going to happen, when Jesus said it was going to happen, it's because God told him it's going to happen. It happened. So let's restart. I say that because people are saying, "I'm going to stop this. This is going to happen. Tornadoes in Arkansas aren't going to happen. Tornado in Little Rock's not going to happen. Tornado in Round Rock's not going to Tornado in Round Rock happen." They put haunted that place on purpose. I know they did. Did. She was up in North Carolina. I know that was her because Woody Posey, I saw him with her. Woody was telling me, "You're going to see her. You're going to go to China Grove. Y'all going to have Chinese. That's what it's going to be. That's what it is." No, he told me that back in fifth grade, fourth grade, third grade, something like that. No, I know God's real. I'm doing what God says. If you guys can't tell the truth, you shouldn't have done it because I'm not going to live a lie because you guys don't want to tell the truth. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep, I got something restarting. I'm going to keep going. I'm done with that story. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Signal technology, Charlie Stew. Let's see. James Sword was there. John Finkley, I saw him at least two times, maybe three, at least two times. You need to get that guy, lock him up. Uh, Uh, Jerry Hathaway, he played a little game. There's Charles, he's got me the job there with Jerry Hathaway. Jerry Hathaway, he knew what he said. I was resigning because they had people tailing me everywhere. Charles was playing games. You need to go see a doctor. And everybody's doing exactly what Kyle said they was going to do. That's not nice. It's not fun. It's not fun. And then when I go to resign, Jerry Hathaway's like, "Well, you got to sign it." I handed it was like resignation paper. You got to sign it. So it gives me a pen. He pulls out this little thing, like a little cup, and he's holding it by the end so he gets just my fingerprints on it. I mean, he should have just put a glove on it. Say, here, sign it. You should just here, put your hand in the sink, Brett, because that's what he was trying to do. Anyway, I'm stopping restart. Okay, so let's restart. Now, Jerry, after I signed it, I handed it. I was trying to mess up my finger because Kyle Wade told me to do it. So I hand the pin back, and he grabs it by the end, the very end, just holds it like this. By the pin, he's just holding it like this. And he walks over and puts it in a little cup. He says, "All right, nice knowing you. Not holding it against you." He knows the truth. Look, James Darce, Malcatel, Sean Tobin, Charles Ray, Mr. Hathaway. Uh, I can open that. I won't hurt saying it. It's those people. keep going. Motorola Mobility. Um, Bill Bartow really told me about the story. I think that was all wrong because I'm pretty sure Richard was trying to say those two ladies in the back seat of Han's car were going to go to hell because he did say flame flower. Now, Bill Bartow really did tell me that story. And he came in with his eyes black. I said, "What happened to you?" See, that's when he told me what happened. He admitted it. He said, "Let me try something." And he found out it worked. Right, Kyle? It doesn't work anymore. Anyway, one day he came in. Okay, so I went 1 second over. Anyway, so his eyes were blackened one day, and he came and told the story, and he did that. And one day he came in, and he goes, "Everybody, they got the bulldog. Bulldog, you know what that means, Brett?" Everybody's like, "What? You gotta be kidding me!" I was like, "What's going on?" And they were all cheering. They were all cheering and laughing, having a good time. That's when they arrested Shane Hawley, wasn't it, guys? You guys set him up like you tried to set me up, because I understand Shane Hawley's the one who blackened his eyes and stopped the rape from happening. Am I right? Because if I am, it means law enforcement, you guys are in trouble. That means the postal service, you guys are in trouble. You're not supposed to try to rape a little Chinese lady who's pregnant on the floor because he said she was passed out on the floor. Passed out. Passed out on the floor. Oh, 51 seconds. And he said he was going to have sex with her. He was supposed to, they were all supposed to do is what he said. And he said everybody was there. I wasn't there. I didn't know. I wasn't going